being able to, what do locating these do then, or what can they offer?
Yeah, actually, I should say, as I say, we have right now over the years, the past 12, 15 years, developed about 5,000 markers with this genome sequence that was produced by the Joint Genome Institute of the Department of Energy. We're going to develop probably in the next 3 months 50,000. We'll multiply by 10 the number of markers we have. And we will be using, this is one of the scientists in our lab, Dr. David Heighton, will be using these markers to characterize all approximately 17,000 soybeans that are in our USDA soybean germplasm collection. That's at University of Illinois, housed at University of Illinois. This is working in collaboration with Dr. Randy Nelson, who's the curator of that collection. And with that, we'll be able to look at any number of traits. We're particularly interested in yield, because now we can look at what's happened to soybeans over 70 years of breeding, where are important points in the genome that we have to have in order to give us increasing yields, and we'll be able to put those points together, that genic composition, if you will, to make a better and better soybean.
Ken Dollenberg, I saw a smile on your face when he mentioned yield. Now, you're representing 68 soybean farmers who kind of oversee from the USB the investments in this. So why are you interested in investing in this research? I know that the USB does.
It's extremely important for U.S. soybean farmers to be able to grow our yield. And through this research, we will be able to increase soybean yields dramatically over time. It's important as we look at diseases and composition that with these new developments in the genome that we can faster put together new varieties for U.S. soybean farmers.
So the concept is yield, and you're able to do that. Now let's talk a little bit about this. I'm a soybean farmer. I also raise corn, and it seems to me like that our soybean yields haven't been able to keep up with our corn yields. So can you straighten us out on this?
Well, that's been a topic of conversation recently.
Yes, it has.
Particularly among us in the soybean breeding and genetics effort. And I have a close associate at the University of Nebraska, Dr. Jim Specht, who's analyzed very carefully the increase in soybean versus corn yields over the years. And Jim's suggestion is that percentage-wise, we have very similar increases in soybean yield. When you're dealing with 150 bushels of corn, a 1% increase of 1.5 bushels is quite a bit larger than a 1% increase when you're at 40 bushels in the case of soybean. But Jim's contention is, and he has a great deal of data to back it up, that the percent increase is quite similar, and we're anticipating with this genome sequence and the ability to speed up the breeding cycles that will accelerate here, hopefully in the next number of years.
So the deal is it's really going to accelerate compared to where it has been in the past. We did not have this breeding background in soybeans that we've had in corn. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think we've had a lot of technology in soybean developed over the years, but this is a big step forward right now, this genome sequence, which we're certainly hoping will accelerate the pace of improvement of soybean yield and other traits also.
Ken, how much did all this cost, and what do we expect to get back for our investment from USB?
Our original investment was $1 million. This was leveraged along with $11 million by the Department of Energy with the Joint Genome Institute, which started this process to finish the mapping of the genome. And farmers today invest about $6 million through the soybean checkoff dollars in current projects that are ongoing.
So what is the payoff on that then? There's got to be a payoff somewhere down the line, and we haven't got those 150 bushel yields yet.
The payoff,
soybeans.
The payoff is that we as farmers will see new varieties coming much faster to the marketplace, and therefore not only increase our yield but improve our composition for the marketplace that we're trying to sell into today.
I didn't put you on the spot there because the research man, it's really not fair to ask, but is 150 bushel yield for soybeans out of the question at some point in the future?
Average yields.
Average yields.
I would say that's probably a little beyond what you can biologically produce
but
from a
for 5
soybean.
and 10 acre plots we can.
Well, yeah, that's been, of course, done in Missouri.
USDA Director and Illinois soybean farmer Ken Dallenberg and Dr. Perry Cregan from the USDA's Agriculture Research Service. Thanks for being part of Beyond the Bean on Air. Coming up, scrutinizing soybean checkoff investments and what's happening to develop and promote soy biodiesel and other soy-based products. Stick around. But first, see if you can answer this question. We'll have the answer right after the break.